Hello there, Rebus Forever here. This is my second attempt at making this video. If you heard the first one, I apologise for the audio. My room speakers just did not pick up how awful the audio hiss was. That said, let's continue. Hey there, Rebus Forever here. I've been making videos for about 2 years now, and originally I was using the snowball microphone. That started misbehaving, and when I was researching the best YouTube mic, the internet's general consensus was to start using a powered mic. So I picked up the Behringer UMC 204 and the C1 microphone. As a rule, I've not been very happy with the C1 microphone. It's a nice enough unit to look at, but I find that it picks up my voice in a pretty narrow or oversensitive range, and I have to fiddle around quite a lot to avoid it being distorted and still be loud enough. So when Fifine asked if I'd be happy to have a look at one of their microphones, I jumped at the chance. Thought it might be, my way forward. So here's the unit. It comes in a white box. It's 20 quid on Amazon. I'm going to be comparing it to this Muano microphone. That's 15 quid. And I can run this through both my UMC interface and an audio jack. So we'll have a look at both of those. First of all, let's have a look inside. Torn between sort of liking the packaging and perceiving it to be minimum effort. We'll go with minimalist. Anyway, let's get in there. Once again, I've got to say, sorry to anyone that heard the previous video. My earphones aren't very good at picking up sudden changes in volume, and my room speakers aren't very good at picking up the white noise. Anyway, inside the box you've got an instruction booklet. I'm a reasonable ways off the microphone I wish to buy, so if this can be of any use, that would be pretty fantastic. And in the box we have the little sound card, apparently. Nothing else in there. Minimal packaging, minimal guff in the box, but then guess you don't need anything else. It looks alright. It's got a jack for pass-through. Unfortunately, it can't be used as a monitor, which would be pretty handy. At least not without actively going into your settings and choosing to listen to the device. I would recommend to the manufacturer to put a little switch on there that changes the function of that jack, because having a monitor on a microphone is pretty handy. So yeah, looks like a perfectly reasonable piece of plastic with a USB dongle on the end. Let's see what I sounded like. So, I think this is now the Fifine microphone. I don't really know what it sounds like at this point. So, hey there, Rebus Forever here. 1, 2, 3, 4, general noise. I mean, I guess what would have been good is if I had listened to it in advance and provided some feedback as to what it sounds like. So let's do that. Okay, my first impression is, for a budget microphone, not terrible. It picks up sound quite clearly. I don't have to fiddle around with it as much as I do with the C1. Kind of sounds a bit muffled, probably not as clear, but it's certainly loud enough and, perfectly reasonable for the money. So this is the Muano, the other lavalier microphone. I'm not sure how to say any of these words. I've never heard people say them in real life. Anyway, I'm expecting this to be pretty rough. We shall see. Okay, so after listening back to that, again, it's not terrible. I think I actually prefer the Fifine Technologies microphone out of the two. This is a bit less sort of harsh sounding, but far too muffled, I think, even after I've fiddled around with it to try and get the best out of it in Vegas. And this is the Muano microphone, whilst going through the UMC 204 HD by Behringer. Just for a bit of contrast. Obviously this skews the comparison somewhat, because if you're plugging a £15 microphone into a £70 interface, you're not really getting that budget factor quite the same, are you? In all honesty, I'm a bit disappointed there's not more of a difference when playing it through the UMC. If you can hear like a strange wailing sound, that's because an alarm's going off in the background. That said, going back to the Fifine Technologies microphone, it's not that bad. The fact that you can take it out on a USB, plug it into a laptop or something, and record fairly reasonably. I can see me using it. Compared to the other lovelier sort of lapel microphone, it's really not that bad. Excuse the rustling around in that last bit of clip. I was apparently waving my arms around and interfering with the microphone. On balance though, for the money, you can't really be too unhappy about it. It's not bad. It certainly competes with the other lavalier microphone, if not excels. The only problem that I can see is if you needed to record more than one person, USB is a bit tricky to record multiple people over. But if you need a mobile USB lapel microphone and you only need to record one person, there wasn't an awful level of background noise pickup, and I can see me using it. So all in all, Fifine faux fum, I can recommend this budget microphone. And sorry to anyone that was harmed in the making and listening of the previous video. Thanks for watching. Toodle pip. Oh, one more thing. I'm giving away a bunch of Steam keys in the Steam group. If you want any, hunt that down.